Knowing how to ship items is very important when you are a reseller. If you're not careful, you can end up paying a lot for shipping, which then cuts into your profits. In this video, I'm going to talk all about priority shipping through the United States Postal Service, also known as USPS, and give you some tips to make sure that you are keeping your shipping costs down. All right, so let's talk about the Postal Service. Now, if you are shipping anything under 1 pound, which is 16 ounces, you can ship via first class, and that's only by weight. It's by ounces. So that's one way to ship an item, definitely the cheapest way out there. But if you are shipping something over 1 pound, it's important to know the different options that the Postal Service has. First, we're going to talk about the flat rate priority. Now, if it fits, it ships. So there are a couple different boxes that you can use that are just a flat fee no matter what is inside. Usually it's up to, I believe, 70 pounds. There are some restrictions, but for the most part, a lot of the items are going to be able to fit in and the weight is going to work out for you. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is the flat rate envelope. This is just a cardboard envelope. You can put something inside, peel it off, seal it shut, and this is $6.94 for anything that you can fit in here. So it's one rate, any weight. Now, right now, when I'm giving you these prices, it is January 2021. Yes, this is for eBay. Any of the discounts that I get on shipping, these will be the prices. They may not be the same for you, or you might be watching this at a different time when the Postal Service has increased or decreased rates. So no, this might not be 100% accurate, but as of right now, January 2021, these are the prices that we would pay if we sold something through our eBay account. The next one is going to be the flat rate padded envelope. This one goes for $7.52. This is probably one of my favorite ways to ship items. $7.52. Whatever you can fit inside, if it fits, it ships. And one of the tips that I always give, which I've given in a different video, let's say you're trying to ship this box and it's over 1 pound. So you can't ship it first class. And let's say it's going from Arizona to Florida or New York or North Carolina, somewhere where it has to travel far. This might cost over $10 to ship just this box. But if you put it inside the padded flat rate envelope, seal it up, then instead of $10 or whatever it is, you're only going to pay the $7.52. So that's an easy way to save money and a good tip if you're a reseller. The next one is a small flat rate box. It's not very big. You could probably put like a VHS tape in there, or I don't know. I mean, I don't think I've really ever used this, but it is there in case you need it for something that you sell. This is going to be $7.42, so 10 cents less than the flat rate padded envelope, but still it's good to have this option. This is a medium flat rate box, and what's good about this is there are 2 different size medium boxes. So there's this one, and then there's this one. So 2 completely different size medium flat rate boxes, and these go for $12.80. So maybe you have something that is really heavy, especially if you're shipping on eBay. What we found is anything over 3 pounds or 4 pounds, it can be really expensive. So maybe you're shipping a 4 pound item and it's going to be, $20 or whatever, just for an example. If you can fit that particular item in one of these medium flat rate boxes, you reduce your shipping cost to $12.80. The next one is a large flat rate box, which is going to be obviously bigger than the medium, and these go for $17.75. If you can fit the item in here, it's just that one flat rate. And there's also a different large flat rate box, which is this. Now this one we have used for board games. This one is really good because Sometimes you can find board games, maybe even really old ones, vintage ones. It's just a really nice size. Pack it in there. $17.75 for shipping. So those were the flat rate boxes. So those particular boxes have a flat rate no matter what you put inside, no matter the size, the weight. It's only going to be that one price that you pay. Now, any of these boxes, if you have a USPS account, you can go on there and order these boxes for free. Any of the boxes that or envelopes that I'm showing today, these are all free courtesy of the post office. I love using postal service boxes because then in the end, we're saving on shipping supplies and reducing costs of our goods. Now, depending on where you live, regional A box, regional B box. There's two different sizes of the regional A. There's two different sizes of the regional B. I only have this one for the regional A and only the size for the regional B box. These would be really good for us if, let's say that we're shipping something within Arizona or maybe to New Mexico, then the regional A might give us a better rate. So these are dependent on where they're going, how many pounds they are for the regional A and the regional B. It doesn't always work out. So if I'm shipping something from Arizona to Florida, it's not going to be cost effective to use the regional A or B. It only works if you're shipping within your region and it's going a short distance. But it's always a good thing to keep in mind, and always check when you sell something to see what is going to be the cheapest way to ship that item. We buy a lot of shoes when we go out. We love finding shoes at Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Casey loves finding used shoes. Since we live in Arizona, we find a lot of golf clubs to resell. And I remember I was asking Casey, how are we going to ship these? Well, the Postal Service actually has mailing tubes. They come in small and medium. Now, sometimes a medium does not fit a golf club, but 9 times out of 10, we can fit golf clubs in these mailing tubes, and it just really makes it easier to ship those items. So this is actually a shoebox from the Postal Service. This one works really good for any type of shoe. And what's nice is you can fit the shoes in here. They can stay nice and intact while shipping to the buyer. So this was actually a box that our friend Josh, find him on Instagram, and he is a sneakerhead. He's really into shoes. And I remember I asked him at one point, how do you ship your shoes? A lot of times he also uses these boxes. So you can order them free from the postal store, and they're really good at storing. What I usually do is just write the number of the shoes on the box, put them on the rack, and when we sell them, pull it off, and I already have the weights on there because this is a shoe box and it's priority and it goes by weight. So you'll need to weigh it when you go to put in the weight and the measurements when you're shipping the item. Now, this is a large mailing box. This is different than the large flat rate box. The large flat rate box, as I showed you before, is $17.75. This is a large mailing box. So make sure you don't get them confused. This would be, it's not a flat rate, so it's going to be dependent on the weight that you put in when you sell something. And it is box number 7 in the postal store. Since we live in Arizona, we find a lot of golf clubs to resell. And I remember I was asking Casey, how are we going to ship these? Well, the Postal Service actually has mailing tubes. They come in small and medium. Now, sometimes a medium does not fit a golf club, but 9 times out of 10, we can fit golf clubs in these mailing tubes, and it just really makes it easier to ship those items. The last thing I'm going to show you, which I didn't even know that they had this box, but this is such a cute little box. It's the box, it's just a mailing box, number 4. And this would be really good if you were shipping something that's small and heavy. So this is one that you can order. Once again, it's going to be dependent, the price will depend on how heavy the item is. This is a good box to have, and I think that we'll be able to use it for things that are small yet heavy. Maybe, you know, a mug would fit really nicely in here, and we can use packing paper or bubble wrap and, you know, really secured in here. And this is just a really nice size. All right, so that was our video about using the Postal Service. Always check when you sell an item. I sometimes know what I'm gonna end up having to pay, especially with clothing. A lot of it's under £1. I know it's gonna go first class. Some items I know that it's gonna be over £1 and it's gonna be cheaper to go in the flat rate padded envelope. But then there's sometimes that we offer free shipping, and it just depends on where the buyer lives, whoever ends up buying that particular item. I always double check when we sell something, what is going to be the cheapest way to ship the item. So hopefully you learned something today. If you did, make sure you leave a comment down below, or if there is a shipping tip that I forgot to give, leave it down below for our subscribers to read. I know they will really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more videos. And until next one, I'll catch you on the flip.